Orleans metro area, and there is a chance you may be able to catch it a second time tonight. So let's turn over to meteorologist Alexandra Cranford to see where the best spots are. Hey there, Alex.
Hey, and I know it was amazing to see these photos come in, like this one from near Folsom, mostly north of the lake, and especially if you have a lot of open sky up there, somewhere to look like that. But tonight's forecast, it's about a 50-50 shot really, because we're looking at some strong flares possible showing up again tonight on the same kind of scale as last night, but it looks like a higher chance that they might be less strong than what we saw last night. So we will see. There is a chance at least that we could see that again tonight. What we're seeing is a really active flare-up kind of situation along the sun's surface. So we have sunspot regions, and these are all the active regions right now. There's one in particular, this one called AR 4274. It's just a sunspot that's been making a lot of flares. In fact, 7 of the 10 recent big flares have come from this one. And interestingly, something that fueled our northern light kind of setup early this morning, especially noticeable farther north in the U.S., is something called a cannibal flare. Kind of weird name, but it's when one solar flare gets sent out, for example, from this spot, catches up to another solar flare because it's moving faster, and then they combine and they become an even bigger combined solar flare. So interesting that we could see that again tonight, but again, with this, it's always a little bit iffy. Aurora viewing tonight might be visible away from city lights. Lots of open sky would be best. More likely far north of the lake and even farther north. Of course, typically you can only see the auroras closer to the poles, but this is an unusual situation. If you do want to see it, and maybe even see it south of the lake, especially with your phone on night mode, sometimes we can see that instead of with the naked eye. You can set it to 10x. Good luck. Next weather impact for us, aside from that interesting note for tonight, patchy morning fog might be a concern, possibly especially toward the weekend, because we're warming up, obviously. Our humidity is slowly going to increase too with south winds. So patchy fog could be on the table for maybe this weekend. I'll show you our forecast for tonight. And again, that possible aurora viewing for tonight. Beautiful day, much warmer and kind of spring-like feeling compared to the 2 days of winter that we had. Temperatures right now in the 70s and south winds 5 to 10 or so miles per hour. We have surface high pressure just out to our southeast, bringing in those south winds. So today, huge warm up. Our temperature is probably 76 plus in a lot of spots with those south winds. Beautiful evening, dropping through the 60s. And then tonight, no more freezing, no more 30s. We're looking for North Shore lows around 50 and south of the lake, upper 50s, and those winds even calmer tonight. Now, it was looking like even possibly by tomorrow morning, we might have a fog potential, but just tracking for tomorrow morning with our visibility forecast. I mean, 4 miles, it's a little bit of light fog, but 4-mile visibility is still fine on the roadways. 3 miles too is really when it gets to less than a half mile or especially less than a quarter mile. That's what we consider dense fog with poor visibility for driving. So it actually looks like we might be okay tomorrow morning. And as this humidity only slowly increases, you need more moisture in the atmosphere to get fog, because those are those water droplets condensing along the surface, creating those pretty much clouds at the surface, which is fog. It looks like that's slowly going to happen. So maybe more so toward Friday, possibly Saturday or Sunday. We will see. We'll keep you updated. But again, it's something kind of on our radar. We're watching it, but not necessarily putting it for sure in the forecast. Certainly not for tomorrow. Although again, there might be a little light fog out there, but more so possibly when we warm up toward the weekend. So the weekend now, notice, rain-free. Our rain chances came out because that storm system that we were talking about a couple days ago showing up with models now staying away from us. So we don't have anything really moving into our area after that got removed from the 7-day forecast. Now models keeping the rain well to the west of us. So no rain chances. We still have drought conditions. Unfortunately, no big rain kind of event to help alleviate those in the next 7 days or so. We'll add a slight chance for a shower by Tuesday. But again, for now, we're just warming up into the 80s by the end of the forecast.